Rodgers, Davante Adams, and the New York Jets. And we can work backwards here as it concerns the New York Jets, and we can start with Davante Adams. The trade made official this morning, and again, it's 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm guessing that everyone knows that this trade happened. I'm not breaking news. Happened early on Tuesday morning. Davante Adams traded from the Raiders to the Jets for a conditional third-round pick that could become a second-rounder based on playing time, etc. In a word, duh. This is the most obvious trade since Joe Biden for Kamala Harris. And honestly, it might be more obvious. The Democrats could have run like Gavin Newsom. Like, they could have run someone else. Davante Adams was never going anywhere except for the Jets. We told you this on the show. I got on these airwaves every day for like 2 weeks and told you Davante Adams is going to the Jets. He's not going to the Pittsburgh Steelers to catch passes from Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, to the New Orleans Saints with that mess, with Spencer Rattler, the baby Rattler, the Rattler snake. No chance. Of course he's going to the Jets. So, duh, this was always going to happen. It was just a matter of when. So Davante Adams now going to catch passes from Aaron Rodgers in what is a star-studded New York Jets offense with the aforementioned Aaron Rodgers, with Garrett Wilson, who, by the way, is balling out. Looks like he's got the mind meld now also with Aaron Rodgers, with Breece Hall, who finally decided to enter the chat in the 2024 NFL season last night. Would have been nice if he could have beaten out Taylor Rapp for that touchdown instead of getting caught at the 4-yard line. That was brutal, but Breece Hall plays great last night. This offense should be awesome now with Davante Adams for the New York Jets. Good teams find a way to win games. Bad teams find a way to lose them. The Jets did that 3 weeks ago against Denver. They did it last week in London against the Minnesota Vikings. And they did it last night against the Buffalo Bills. A billion chances in the second half the Jets had to win that football game. Also, got the Hail Mary at the end of the first half, Rodgers to Lazard. And say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. He's the Mozart of Hail Marys. The Da Vinci of Hail Marys. The greatest of all time. He's Michael Jordan when it comes to the Hail Marys. Absolutely ridiculous. What is this game without that? Without the Hail Mary? 20-10 at halftime. Honestly, the Jets were probably lucky to even be in this in the second half and had all the opportunities to win. How much more do you need to go your way? So the question that we ask ourselves now, as we go back to the start, does Davante Adams change any of this? Does he change all of this for the 2024 New York Jets? He's still really, really good. Maybe he's not as good as he was at his height with the Green Bay Packers when he's future first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. But he's still really good. Still has the mind meld with Aaron Rodgers. And the mind meld looks like it's there now with Garrett Wilson. And Breece Hall looked better last night. And Braylon Allen continues to look good. And we can bang on Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard's a functional wide receiver in this offense. He's pretty good. We have to call a spade, right? He's pretty good. This offense should actually be awesome with Davante Adams. It really should be. So my question, can this defense hold up? I got shredded last night by Ray Davis in the Bills' run game. Shredded last night by Josh Allen. I know Josh Allen's awesome. The Jets have had a lot of success against Josh Allen. You know, when Robert Saleh was running the defense. How about Jeff Ulbrich? I'm being serious. Maybe Jeff Ulbrich's a good head coach. Anyone watch that game last night and think that he's doing a better job with this defense than Robert Saleh did through one game? Small sample size, but be honest. Would Robert Saleh's defense have done better last night than Jeff Ulbrich's defense did against the Buffalo Bills? Again, be honest. Now, maybe the Hassan Reddick situation will work out. I happen to think, I'm of the opinion that Reddick is not going to get traded. That makes no sense for the Jets to trade him. They are all in on this season. Joe Douglas can trade Reddick for a third-round pick to the Lions or whatever, and then the next GM can make that third-round pick in the draft. Or they can try and work it out because they're trying to win a Super Bowl this year, and he's a good player. So I think the Hassan Reddick situation is going to work out. So me, Nick Kostos, I'm here to tell you that I think, as bullish as I've been on the New York Jets, even with the Davante Adams trade in tow, I think that the New York Jets are losers. And I think they're a bad football team. So why? Why am I dying to bet them on Sunday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers? This is like the title of like a William Faulkner novel, The Bettor's Dilemma. I hate them. I think they suck. And I can't wait to bet them again on Sunday Night Football. This is like the heterosexual, like sports equivalent of Brokeback Mountain. I just can't quit. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. You know who didn't get Davante Adams? Who didn't get Amari Cooper? The two-time reigning defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this needs to be said. Head coach Andy Reid, general manager Brett Veach have long since earned the benefit of the doubt. Long since earned of the benefit of the doubt in Kansas City. But doesn't it feel like the Kansas City Chiefs should have made this move for Amari Cooper? Seriously. Like, third-round pick? Like, you're Kansas City. Who cares about a third-round pick? You're trying to three-peat. What's more important, third-round pick or third Super Bowl in a row? But the Chiefs are really smart. And I'm sure they considered this. I'm sure, like, I hear things like this, that like teams are trying to trade for Amari Cooper, and I'm just some slap sitting in a chair in his office in his basement. I'm sure the Chiefs heard that the Bills were in on Amari Cooper, which means that they either like got outbid, which I find to be curious, or they made the conscious decision to remain inactive. And to me, that means three different things as it concerns the Kansas City Chiefs. Number one, I think it has to mean that they have a lot of confidence in Juju Smith-Schuster, which sounds insane on October 15th in the year of our Lord, 2024. Also, Juju had 7 for 130 in the last game the Chiefs played against the LA Chargers. And no, the Chiefs are like a reclamation project. Like you played in Kansas City once, you could go be the worst player in the league, retire for 5 years, and then come back to Kansas City like you didn't miss a beat. So I think they clearly have confidence in Juju Smith-Schuster. That's number one. Number two, they have to know, not think, know that Hollywood Brown is going to be back for the postseason. And possibly the end of the regular season, but at minimum, the wild card round if the Chiefs have to play in the wild card round of the postseason. Otherwise, it makes no sense not to go get Amari Cooper. So I think they know that Hollywood's going to be back this season. And the third thing, and I think this will come into play with props that we bet the rest of the season. Travis Kelce's usage is going to be insane the rest of the season. They're going to have to lean on him. This is not like Rashee Rice is healthy and Hollywood Brown's healthy and Pacheco's healthy and the Chiefs can kind of hide Kelce and save him for January and February. They can't do that now. Like, he's going to get the ball a lot. I can't wait to see what his yardage prop coming up on Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. So I would never bet the Bills to beat the Chiefs in January, but we do have to say, the Bills got better today. The Kansas City Chiefs did not. Last thing for now, and I want to get Femi's take on a lot of the stuff. We'll get back to the Jets for a second here, because Sunday night, the Jets play on the road in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Last piece of huge news today in the NFL. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin telling the media that Russell Wilson, remember him? Quote, in consideration to start Sunday night's game. Now, I think out of all the things that I bring you on the show, I think the thing that I might be best at is translating what coaches mean and telling you what's going on. I'm pretty good at that. I actually really am. Here's my translation of what Mike Tomlin said this morning. Russell Wilson is starting on Sunday night. If Justin Fields were going to start, he would say Justin Fields is starting. Like, the fact that he left this open means that Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback, and he wants the Jets to prepare for both options, and Russell Wilson's going to start. The report that the Steelers could use both quarterbacks in the game, like, what the hell do you morons think this is? Like, Steve Spurrier at Florida in the mid-90s, rotating quarterbacks? Like, this is the National Football League. Like my old friend Rich Gannon used to say, if you've got two quarterbacks in the NFL, you've got none. You know who knows that? Mike Tomlin. They're not playing two quarterbacks on Sunday night. They're playing one, and it's going to be Russell Wilson.